Welcome to episode 117 of Pink's Picks Book Recs, commentary from a retired high school English teacher. Today we're going to continue our vicarious summer travel with 3 novels set in Ireland. Chronologically, The Pull of the Stars by Pink's Pick Three-peat, Emma Donoghue, The Women on Platform 2 by Laura Anthony, a pseudonym, and let's see if I can hold all these. Northern Spy by Flynn Berry. The Pull of the Stars is set over the course of 3 days in a 3-bed flu maternity ward of a Dublin hospital at the tail end of World War I from the first-person perspective of Nurse Julia Power. Short-staffed due to the war and the pandemic, Julia finds herself in charge of the tiny ward with the help of only 2 others, Bridie Sweeney, an orphan who has no medical experience whatsoever but was sent by the local nuns, and Dr. Kathleen Lynn, based on an actual physician from that era, who was hired to offset the deficit, but is also wanted by the authorities for her participation in Ireland's 1916 Easter Rising, a revolt against British rule. During the darkness and intensity of those 72 hours, these 3 women change one another's lives in unexpected ways. I love Donoghue's structure of this book. Rather than organizing by chapters, she separates the narrative into 4 parts: red, brown, blue, black, which symbolize the changing colors of the skin in the stages of cyanosis, not getting quite enough oxygen into the blood, a condition seen far too often due to the plague that killed an estimated 3 to 6% of the human race. Donoghue's depiction of Ireland's poor, handicapped, orphan, and illegitimate is sadly similar to what we see in Frank McCourt's memoir Angela's Ashes. Donoghue adds in her author's note that the actual Dr. Kathleen Lynn campaigned for nutrition, housing, and sanitation for the underserved. In her preface to The Women on Platform 2, Laura Anthony writes, "The story that follows is based on a real-life event which occurred in the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland in the early 1970s, which seems unfathomable to me. While the characters are entirely fictional, the story is loosely based on the fortitude and determination of real Irish women and their actions in bringing safe and legal contraception to the women of Ireland." The story begins in Dublin on May 22, 2023, with Saoirse, who surreptitiously attempts to take a pregnancy test only to be discovered by her fiancé. While she is relieved with the negative results, Miles is saddened. With both being in their mid-30s, he's ready to start their family. Saoirse isn't certain she'll ever be. A fight ensues, so Saoirse flees on foot. Near the train station, she picks up a dropped photo with a date handwritten in blue pen exactly 52 years ago. With no plan other than finding the owner, Saoirse boards the nearest train, where she ultimately meets Mara, who had just lost the artifact. Grateful to have it back, Mara regales Saoirse with the propulsive backstory that led to her friends, featured in the pick, history-making pilgrimage to Belfast to purchase birth control still contraband in Dublin. Platform 2 is a frame or framework tale with Saoirse's story bordering the main narrative half a century before. I was shocked to learn that regarding women's rights and contraceptives, little had changed in the Republic between Starr's 1918 setting and Platform 2's 5 decades later. Unlike these titles, inspired by historical events in Dublin, Northern Spy is a mystery set in contemporary Northern Ireland. There is a link, however, between Starr's and Spy, Dr. Lynn's affiliation with the terrorist group later known as the IRA. Though a peace agreement was signed in 1998 in Spy, the IRA never really went away, and there's been a recent uptick in bomb threats, security checkpoints, and helicopters floating ominously over the city. Protagonist Tessa Daly, mother to 6-year-old Finn, is back at work as a producer for the BBC in Belfast when the news of another raid comes on the air. Security footage reveals Tessa's sister Marion at the scene, pulling a black ski mask over her face. The police believe that Marion has joined the IRA, but Tessa and her mother believe she must have been abducted. Spy is a page-turner about espionage, counterterrorism, and the power of familial bonds. I give The Pull of the Stars and Platform 2 both A's. And I give Northern Spy a solid B. Until next time, stay safe and do your homework. Bye-bye.